3 elephants got trapped in a water reservoir and couldn't get out on their own, and the rest of the pack wouldn't let rescuers get near them. A group of elephants walked 12 kilometers to pay tribute to their rescuer, who had recently passed away, and a mama elephant tried her best to save her baby trapped in a hole. Now I'm going to tell you 4 amazing stories of elephants that needed human help. Number 4. These 3 elephants got trapped in a water reservoir and couldn't get out on their own. Among them was a baby elephant who could barely reach the bottom with his feet. If he had run out of energy, he would have drowned, unable to keep his head above the water. People from a nearby fire station were dispatched to the scene for rescue. Elephants usually stay in groups, and while 3 elephants were trying to get out of the reservoir, the rest of the group was nearby and not going anywhere. Since their family was in distress, the other elephants were in a bad mood, and one elephant even hit a police car that arrived on the scene. Upset elephants are not to be messed with, so to start the rescue operation, they first had to wait for the right moment. After a while, the group of elephants got hungry, and 14 of them went down the eastern side of the mountain to eat. However, 3 of them stayed to guard, which made the rescuers wary. But the men decided there might not be a better chance to act, so they proceeded. They scared off the remaining 3 elephants with loud gunshots, and it was time for action. The plan was to destroy one of the walls of the reservoir with an excavator, then the elephants could get out on their own. There was no good way to get to the reservoir, so the excavator had to climb using its crane. While the excavator was on his way, people decided to drain the water from the reservoir to keep the little elephant safe. However, each blow to the concrete made the elephants increasingly nervous, so they began to call for help from the rest of the group. To show the elephants that they aren't there to harm them, they give them food and the elephants calm down. Gradually, the water begins to drain and the baby elephant is now safe. After a while, the excavator finally gets to the top and begins to work. The mother elephant is so frightened that it tries to attack the bucket. The person driving the excavator must be careful not to injure the elephants. Thanks to the clever work of the driver, the reservoir wall was soon destroyed. The elephants waited a bit even though the work had been finished. But realizing the humans had helped them, they come out, starting with the mother. Finally, the elephants quickly run out of the hole and meet back up with their group. After congratulating each other, the humans soon hear the same group of elephants trumpeting with joy as they see their friends again. What a fantastic story, and a big thank you to these brave people who did everything they could to help elephants in trouble. Number 3. The elephant you see now has fallen into a hole and can't get out on its own.
No.
The hole was not deep, but very narrow, and there was no way the elephant could get back up. Tourists who were passing by noticed the animal in distress and decided to help. Judged by the cracked skin, the elephant had been trapped for a long time and was extremely dehydrated, which meant they had to act quickly. I don't know if this is true or not, but apparently elephants shouldn't lie in one position for long because their internal organs shift under the weight and their function is impaired. When people came closer, the elephant tried again to stand up on his own, but he failed. The man who found the elephant in distress gave it water so that it could regain at least some strength. The tourists called for help, and it finally came. The national park employees also brought tools to help: a shovel, pickaxe, and axe. They used them to make the hole bigger to make it easier for the elephant to get out. Soon a truck arrived, and they planned to pull the elephant out. Using a chain to lift the elephant, the man managed to wrap it around it. All they needed to do next was pull the elephant out with the truck. The poor thing had no strength left, but the worst was over. The elephant was saved. Thank you to everyone who helped get the elephant out of trouble. Number 2. One sunny day, people noticed something unusual. An elephant digging a hole in the ground. You can never be sure, especially with animals. Still, they stayed to observe for a while. The elephant began to conjure up something like a howl, and the people heard something unusual, the cry of an elephant cub from the same hole. Then they realized that the baby elephant had fallen into the pit, and its mother had been trying to get it out the whole time. Turns out there used to be an old well in the same spot, so the elephant had most likely stumbled and fallen right into the hole. The elephant tried for hours to save the baby, stretching her trunk into the hole, but it didn't help. The baby elephant had fallen too deep. Things got only worse. Under the elephant's weight, the edges of the pit collapsed more and more, covering the elephant with mud. So they suffered for several hours. The elephant would most likely have died if many residents from the neighboring village had not come to help. They decided to draw the elephant away from the pit and dig a passage to free the elephant more easily. However, this was complicated because the elephant was eager to participate in the rescue operation and was unsure if people wanted to help and not harm her baby. A local resident who participated in the rescue later recounted, "We cut down some trunks of a banana tree and threw it next to the pit, which caused the mother elephant to move away for a while. We removed all the sand from the pit during this time, which prevented the elephant from pulling her baby out. Eventually, the elephant was able to get close to her cub, wrapped her trunk around his crusty body, and pulled him out of the pit. The happy mother and cub, leaning against each other, continued on their way after." What a fantastic story! Number 1. And this story isn't just about saving elephants, but also about how these big, intelligent animals can be grateful to humans for saving them. Anthony Lawrence is a legend in South Africa. He has spent most of his life rescuing elephants, most often from human cruelty. He is the author of several books on wildlife, including the best-selling Elephant Whisper, where he tells real-life stories of wild elephant rescues. Sadly, Anthony passed away in March 2012 in South Africa. But what happened next surprised many people. In 1999, he rescued a pack of wild elephants. This pack was considered dangerous because they often showed aggression towards people who entered their territory. The locals were angry and wanted to get rid of them, chasing them away and sometimes even killing them. But Anthony found out about this and decided to intervene. He took them to his sanctuary. Within a few years, he had befriended the pack that had previously been considered dangerous and aggressive to humans. 2 days after his death, something happened that even Anthony's relatives did not expect. The entire pack of 31 came to say goodbye to him. It is unknown how the elephants knew that the man had passed away, but they traveled over 12 kilometers, almost non-stop. According to Anthony's son, the animals hadn't visited the house in a year and a half, but by some incredible instinct, they not only learned about the death of Lawrence, but also remembered the way to his home. It is also worth noting that elephants in the wild are known for their funeral rituals. According to researchers, in this way, they mourn for the departed members of the herd. However, such a gesture towards humans is definitely a first, given the distance they patiently walked without stopping to eat. What a terrific story of rescue and gratitude! I also recommend watching these amazing tiger rescue stories. For example, the one about a rare Amur tiger that had been injured by poachers, but kind people did everything they could to help. Click on the video to see stories of tigers needing human help. See you there!